So I instantly went to, can I say lead vendors on here? Because I use,
Yeah, you can.
I'm not gonna shit on any vendor because I never had bad experiences to be honest. But with I sold my first two policies back to back on my first two phone calls ever, and it was Fex. I was running final expense leads, and it was only for like 1,000 AP total for the two. But as soon as I did it, I'm like, holy cow! I just calculated my commission. I started out at 75 plus a 9 month advance. I'm like, all right, I just made $600. That would have taken me six pest control sales, and I just did that in my first 2 days. Like this is crazy, and so yeah, you asked earlier, like you told me to explain my come up or like did I fall on my face when I first got in the business? Honestly, without any ego, like I didn't. I haven't sold less than 20K a month since I've been in the business. My first 2 months were 20 back to back. Last November and then last December, I was part-time though. I was still in Utah. With holidays, I got engaged, Christmas, stuff like that. But again, I was close with Wes, or I wasn't close with Wes, but I knew Wes from the Ignite. Obviously, I met everybody at Ignite and I had that little connection. And Wes was talking about an office in Nashville. And so I'm like, all right, when's it gonna be open? He's like, probably like January, should be around the first. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
remember.
all right, I'm gonna pay for my lease in Utah because it gets up. It was a 6 month lease, it ends in March, but I'm like, I can't wait until March. Like, I'm gonna be so behind if I wait until March, April to get into the office. People would have already been there for 3, 4 months. I'm gonna be behind, and I have a cap if I'm selling in my bedroom. So I keep the lease, and then I go and apply for an apartment. And I did no looking. This is the thing, like I mentioned earlier, I didn't do any research. I signed up for a total trap house apartment in a horrible area in Nashville. Just being straight up, bro. Like there
Yeah.
was gunshots everywhere, police, siren, like every single night it was hard to sleep. But I signed another lease in Nashville because I thought the office was going to be open on January 1st. It didn't open until June 23rd.
Yeah, I know.
There, right? But I was like, I was just so committed, bro. I saw the vision. I see the vision still, and that's just how I roll. I'm just like, I want to speed run this. That's why my wife's always asking me all the time, like, are we doing good financially? I'm like, yeah, we're doing great. Like cash flow is good, but just so you know, like I know the reason you're asking is because I don't have hundreds of thousands saved up. The purpose of that is because I'm trying to invest everything back into the business, leads on my guys, housing, because that same apartment that I initially got, I don't live there anymore, but I have the lease for new agents that moved to Nash. So I pay for that. And yeah, I'm expense heavy right now, but it's good because that's going to help me speed run to success. Not that I'm worried about making money right now and that I'm worried about being successful and being a billionaire or anything like that by 21. I'm not worried about that, but I'm a big fan, a big believer by learning from people's mistakes, like Wes, like Jay's, everybody that's above me that's learned from wrong. I'd rather just be in person, figure it out from them, so I'm not making those same mistakes. So we make decisions pretty quickly, and I think that's what separates a lot of people. I think what separates a lot of people, I tell all my agents this, is the thought between or the speed, the time between thought and action. So that's why I'm just huge on just going, just go. But yeah, I mean, success when I first came into the business, 20K. I was ripping final expense leads with Go back to back months. I did 20K. And then January, as soon as I got in person, we were all dialing in Wes's house. It was like 25 of us. It was so fun. But I ripped 50K that month. And then every month I just incrementally got better. I went from 50 to 60 and then 78 1 month, which was March. It was actually March. And then I hopped on your leads. And because it's like I was learning new processes with you guys, and it was a completely different lead type because I was doing final expense the whole time until I hopped on with you guys. You were my first
That's
ever
crazy. I didn't
you're my
realize
first ever vet like type of lead that I ran. And obviously it went down. I haven't wrote 78 yet, but I mean that was submit and final expense chargebacks are horrible. So I faced a lot of business not even placing and then some chargeback on what placed already. So I'm like, this lead type is now working for me. So April I hopped on y'all's leads, the vets, and I've been ripping ever since. So yes, sir.